Hello.
Hello, good evening to you.
Let me make sure I got it. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. I
How
can
are
see.
you?
I'm doing great. Doing great. How about yourself, dear?
I am doing well. I'm doing well. I'm in one of the Carolinas, and I believe,
Okay.
if I'm correct, you're in the other Carolina.
Okay. I'm in North Carolina.
Right. So
Uh-huh.
so I'm a little below North Carolina,
Okay.
but I'm so pleased to talk to you.
All right. And likewise. And likewise. I don't think I've ever been on your show before.
This is the first time.
Okay.
Are you here? Well, let's not play games. This is the Paul Leslie Hour, and you know you're here, and we know it too. Welcome. Welcome to episode number 1038. Now, many of you know all about Diamond and Silk. Oh, yes. Lynette Diamond Hardaway and Rochelle Silk Richardson. Two biological sisters from the great state of North Carolina. Diamond and Silk continue to bring enlightening, upbeat political discussion to the people on both broadcast and in person. Diamond and Silk testified before Congress about Facebook's social media censorship, and they're rightfully considered American heroes, or sheroes. Now, folks, this interview is coming to you at a very unique time. Here we are, just 4 days from America's ultimate election. Have you voted yet? And we'll also just humbly ask you to consider subscribing to Paul's YouTube channel. It's free, and it helps us all. And with that, let's meet Silk and get into the interview with Silk.
But I'm very pleased to introduce to everybody Silk, and I want everybody to go to diamondandsilk.com. And this woman is a brilliant political commentator. She is an author. And I've been in the audience a number of times when you're speaking, and now I have the great pleasure to speak directly to you. So, on behalf of all the viewers, thank you so much for joining us.
Wow. Thank you so, so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be on.
Well, it's an honor, and you are joining us, as you said, from North Carolina, and the
Mhm.
whole country right now is looking at North Carolina.
Yes.
And some people are suggesting that North Carolina is a swing state. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, they can call it whatever they want to. They could say New York is a swing state. My deal is we are American citizens and we're voting to basically save our lives. So it doesn't matter what state you're in, all of the states are a swing state because if you don't swing right and knock the ball out the park, then guess what? We're going to be stuck in this same rut with this Kamala regime, Biden regime, Obama regime. So that's how I look at it when it comes down to, the people want to say that and label this as a swing state. It doesn't matter what state it is. As long as American citizens are getting up and legal American citizens are out there voting for the candidate of their choice. And for me, it's President Donald J. Trump.
What would you say is the biggest reason that you're a supporter of President Trump?
I believe that the biggest reason is because he's not a career politician. He's a businessman, and he's not afraid to go toe to toe against the status quo. And I love the fact that when he came down the escalators, my sister Diamond, who's no longer with us now, she's here in spirit, but she called me on the phone and she said, Silk, look at the TV. Donald is announcing that he's running for president. Now, we knew Donald Trump as, like everybody else, Donald Trump. But when I sat there and I listened to him, he actually had solutions to the problems that was plaguing America. Okay. And so with him having the solutions, I'm like, I've never heard anybody else talk about the actual solutions to the problem. They always talk about the problem and what they're going to do to fix the problem and how they're going to throw money at the problem, but they never talked about the solutions to the problem. But at that time, Donald Trump did. And so basically from that moment on, I called my sister back and I said, girl, I said, he's about to be the next president of the United States. That was back in 2015. Okay. And I've been a loyal supporter ever since. President Trump said what he was going to do. He got in office and he did that. Plus, despite all of the opposition, he got in there and he did his thing. And he showed America that we don't have to be poor. We don't have to be broke. We don't have to be broken. We don't have to be weary. We don't have to be stuck in wars and in the middle of wars. We don't have to do all of that. That we can be part of the American dream and we can strive and not just try to survive in America. That's what President Donald J. Trump showed us. We was able to have more money in our pockets. People was able to work. People was able to provide for their family and they wasn't stressed out in doing so. So that's what he basically showed America. And that's why I am on the Trump train.
Well, things are changing. And what I mean by that is I can remember a time when a lot of people were very nervous about, for example, wearing a MAGA hat or having a bumper sticker on their car. And I mean, I know people who got all kinds of hate for doing that. But now I see people more and they're more open to being loud and proud about it. But I'm curious, what is it like, or how did you handle when people were objecting or they were upset by the fact that you were coming out as a Trump supporter?
And as a Black woman, okay,
Right.
as two Black chicks who's down with politics, okay, that's how we basically called it. They called us coons, Uncle Toms, Aunt Your Mama, Nacho Mama, Bahama Mama, all of these different names. They called us, including the N-word, okay? Because as Black individuals and as Black women, the Democrats want to act like they own you. Okay. All right. So that's part of the Diamond and Silk legacy. We were like the first to step out and stomp for President Trump at the time, Donald Trump, for a Republican. And we did it when it was not common to do so. Okay. We told people, especially Black people, to get off that Democrat plantation, honey. You have your own mind. You can think for yourself. You have your own mouth. You can speak for yourself. You don't have to stay stuck in the black box that they want to create and keep you in. You don't have to stay stuck there, honey. You have your own mind to think for yourself so you can think outside of the box. All right. That's what Diamond and Silk, basically at the beginning of it all. And so I do give us credit. I'll pat myself on the back because I was part of this duo that told people, don't be ashamed to get out there and vote for who you choose to vote for. The Democrat Party do not own you, and they do not own your Blackness. They do not own your Black skin, and they do not own your vote. They have to earn it just like everybody else. So that's how I feel about the whole thing, Paul.
Well, there's a photo right behind you, and everybody, I want you to just zoom in on that. It's a photo of you and your sister with the 45th president. Many would say the 47th president also. What is he like when you're around? Is there any intimidation factor?
No. It is just like we've been knowing this man for decades upon decades. It's just like we're friends. We sit there, he hold a conversation. I don't care who's around. Whenever Diamond and Silk came up, everything stopped. And he sat there, he listened and he paid attention. And I was just with him a few weeks ago here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. And when I was there backstage and I sat there and I looked at him and he walked up and he stopped. And he said said what he said, and he gave me my big hugs and my kisses. And he sat there and we had a conversation. We talked. And afterwards, I was standing over there and he just kept looking and kept pointing and saying some little things or what have you. But it was just like we're good friends. And that's the side that people, I really truly believe they failed to see at the beginning. But now they see that President Trump, he don't care if you're black, white, pinstripe, polka dot, or plaid. He don't care if you're left wing, right wing, or in between. He don't care. As long as you're here and you want to make America great again, you want to do what's right by the people, you want to follow the laws, Hey, President Donald J. Trump is all for you. But here's another thing that I want people to understand. He works for the just as well as the unjust. For the people that don't like him, he still works for you. Because, see, whenever he did tax cuts, it helped the people that didn't like him as well. Okay. Whenever there was no inflation under President Donald J. Trump, guess what? It helped the people that didn't like Trump. That's right. So he's there for all people, no matter who you are or what you are. He's there for all.
That's a very, very good point.
Mm-hmm.
And something that I want to talk about that I will say it's something that is worrying me the most about Kamala Harris and also the whole Democratic Party, because Hillary Clinton, many of these people have been signaling, hey, you shouldn't be able to just say whatever you want. Free speech, I feel, is really, really in peril. And that's one of our human rights that we have, the ability to speak our mind. You
Right.
have been censored. What does that feel like?
Oh my God, it's devastating. You know, the very thing that my sister and I built, it's like the enemy, these demonic people want to come in and just suck it away from me. You know, even though, like I say, my sister is not here, I'm carrying on the Diamond and Silk brand. I'm here and I'm speaking out and I'm doing what we have been doing for all of these years. But it feels like they just want to take it away, and it's really devastating. But I know a God that sits high and look low. That's what gives me strength and joy and knowing. And it's like when they close the door, a big old window opens for me, and I crawl my big old behind right on through the window. Okay, I keep on going. I don't give up. And I don't stop and just focus on that and just lay on that. Yes, I know that I'm being suppressed. I know that I'm being censored, but that lets me know that I'm over target. And that's something that they want to do. Anybody that's over target, that's speaking the truth, that's telling the truth, they don't want your voice to be heard. So that's why I'm grateful for Lindell TV. I'm grateful for RSBN, other different networks that allow the Diamond and Silk Chit Chat live show to be on their platform, so that I still have a place and a space to speak my truth. And people know where I'm at. They can come and they can find me. So that's what I'm grateful for, because I have a whole lot to say, and I don't have a problem with saying it.
So what should we do when something happens? Like if you've got a YouTube channel or you've got a Facebook comment, and like my dad, he's always getting kicked off Facebook.
Yeah.
What do people do when that kind of thing happens?
Well, if they don't want you there, then go somewhere else. We have alternative media. We have alternative social media. And that's where you build on friendly media, friendly social media platforms that allow you to speak your truth. Okay, because see, like I said with Facebook, Facebook is going to end up being the face without the book and the book without the pages. Okay, all right. And so I cannot allow all of my energy and resources to just be in there trying to gain their own in a place or in a space that don't want me there. You don't want me there. Guess what? It's just like a relationship. Okay, if I have a boyfriend, all right, and if my boyfriend don't want me, bye, peace out. Continue to move on. And so that's what we got to do. When that relationship have ended, people come into your life for a reason, season, or a lifetime. When that reason, or season, or lifetime have ended, then you continue to kick the dust off your feet and you move on. And so I would encourage your father and anybody else that's watching under the sound of my voice to continue to move on. You have Rumble out there. You have ads now, ads out there, True Social. You have Vocal, VOCL, that's out there where you can go and you can congregate. You also have Chattit, CHATDIT.com, where you can go there, set up you an account, and you and your friends and loved ones can go there and you can congregate right there. One thing that I realized about these evil Democrats, Paul, is that they do not want us to have a place or a space to congregate. But so I'm so grateful that the alternative media is there. The alternative social media is there for us to do that.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of alternative media, Donald Trump was recently on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, sat down and talked to him for 3 hours, and it has millions and millions of views. And then Kamala was invited, And she said, well, if I'm going to come on the show, it's got to be an hour and you've got to come to me. And now it's sounding like she's just not going to do it at all. What do you think about that? What's at the heart of that?
Well, what's at the heart of it is that Kamala is a DEI hire candidate. Okay. She didn't earn it. She didn't earn one vote. All right. I continue to tell the audience that she was installed like a virus, like malware. Okay. She is the Trojan horse of America. She's installed like a dictator, meaning nobody voted for her to be there in that place. She was selected, not elected. And see, when you have an individual like that, she don't have to answer to the American people. She ain't got to tell us her plan. Guess what? Because we didn't vote for her. Nobody in America voted for her. She was installed by the cabal to be there in that position. So she feel like she can throw her weight around like a dictator and tell everybody, well, this is how you're going to have to do it. This is how you're going to have to do it. Okay. So when I see her the way that she is, she's that puppet, and whoever is behind her pulling those puppet strings, they're pulling her puppet strings and telling her what to say and what to do. But she's genuinely not here for the people. She can care less about the American people. Her concern and the Democrat concern is about these illegal aliens that they call migrants. No, these are illegal aliens. The law, the policies, it calls them aliens. The law calls these people aliens, okay? And so that's what her intentions is. That's what the Democrats' intention is, so that they can replace our votes. They can replace American citizens. They can replace our jobs with these illegal aliens. That's their main focus. So she is not concerned about speaking to the people. She's not concerned about going on a Joe Rogan or even a Diamond and Silk show. She's not concerned about going on a Paul show. She's not concerned about going on these shows that caters directly to American citizens, because American citizens did not vote for her. She goes on these little shows that she can pander to, like the Black folk. All right. They love pandering to Black people. I just don't understand why, but that's what they love to pander. Yes, I do understand, because they love using Black people like a tool to push their agenda. She goes on those type of stations that she can control. Okay. Joe Rogan, she can't control. Now, when it comes down to President Donald J. Trump, he don't care who you are. He gonna go anywhere and have a conversation with you. He can have a conversation with you because he's real, and because the people elected him. The people voted for him, and he knows he works for us. Okay, he works for us, so he don't have a problem with answering to the people. For Kamala, she worked for the deep state. All right, and that's the reason why she feel like, I ain't got to answer to them. I could stay in the basement with Jim Crow Joe Biden. We can sit here and chill. Okay. That's how I feel about it. All right.
Yeah, I think Kamala Harris thinks that we work for her, when in reality, she's applying to work for us.
Well, she's applying to work for us, but they did not do it the right legal way.
Right.
Okay. We are a constitutional republic governed by constitutional law. Okay. When we talk about the democracy, we really falls up underneath the guidelines of a representative democracy, where we elect our representatives that we want to represent us. They're falling under the guise of an elite democracy, where they pick and choose who they want to be their, as the leader. They playing like musical chairs. Is what they're like, a duck, duck, goose. Whichever goose they choose, that's who they would choose, to be their fall guy. So that's what's been going. And here's the deal, you all. This is what's been going on for all of these years. You just think about it. Go back and think about Hillary Clinton. Remember, Bernie Sanders was ahead of Hillary Clinton. And what did they do? They shut Bernie right on down, and they installed Hillary Clinton to be the nominee. Then when it came down to 2020, you had all of these folks running, and then all of a sudden Biden got his old decrepit behind up in there. And what happened? They all just bowed out gracefully. They knew to bow out gracefully, and they let his old imbecile self. They allow him to run and installed him. Okay, all right. Now let's look. All right. Here we is 2024, all of a sudden, 3 months before the election, now they like, okay, well, he's too cuckoo for Cocoa Puff. He don't know if he's coming, if he's going, and he don't even know if he's alive. He's like a walking corpse. Okay. And so he can't even get three words to form one sentence. All right. So let's get rid of him. They took and violated people's votes. They suppressed the votes, and they did this thing illegally to install Kamala. So they did it the wrong way. All right. And if you look at it, with them doing it the way that they did with Jim Crow Joe Biden, and the way that they stole the 2020 election, if you look at Joe Biden, he have not had a good day since he been up in there. Good can't come to you when you project evil, when you do evil, and when you get it the wrong way. Good can't come to you.
Very wise words. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this question comes from Robert McCready of Florence, South Carolina. He says he's a big fan of yours, and he says he was actually thinking about you earlier today, and he wanted to know if you could share a little bit about what you mentioned about you feel like your sister, she's still here with you.
Oh, yeah. Yes, most definitely. My sister and I, they would call us Irish twins because we're 10 months apart. Okay. And when I say that I feel like she's here with me spiritually, what I'm thinking about is the memories that we have and that we share. You know, when your loved one, my sister and I was close. I was older than her. She was second oldest. So we grew up together. Okay. And if you have a sibling, you know what I'm talking about. And if you've lost a loved one, a sibling, somebody that's close to you, you know what I'm talking about. So instead of me going somewhere like a puppy with my tail tucked between my legs in a corner, sitting somewhere moaning, what I did is came out and I realized this is what my sister wanted, to educate the public. She wanted people to be free around here, to be successful around here. So I picked up that torch to continue on with the process in honor of my sister. All right. And so in memory, she sat right here beside me for years. In memory, the way she spoke, the way she carried herself, the way she thought about things, the way we sat there and analyzed things, I can feel her saying certain things back because we did so much together. So I don't want nobody to think that this is cuckoo, okay? But if you are on a spiritual level, you understand exactly what I am talking about. Okay, so when we talk about remembering my sister and I can feel her in me, remember my sister was the vocal one. I just sat on the side and said, and agreed. Okay, now my voice is going forth, but I could just hear her in my ear. I could just feel her, what she would say next. Bam, boom, boom, boom. Because like I said, we was just like this here, stuck like glue. Okay. And so that's what I mean when I say I can feel her with me. I can feel her rising up in me because she would tell you, are we all on a Trump train? You see what I'm saying? She would tell you certain things and so forth. And guess what? I'm grateful that God allowed me to be able to feel that energy, to hear her voice from something she said before, to be able to continue and press forward. I'm grateful for that.
Well, it's been wonderful having you on here. It's been a great honor. How are you feeling now? We're just a few days away from America's ultimate election. What are you thinking?
Well, I know that President Trump won it in 2020, 2016, 2020, and he's going to win it again in 2024. What I do feel is that it's a sad day in America when our systems, when people are allowed to do fraudulent activities and cheat in our elections, and they take away the integrity that goes along when it comes down to our election. And so that's the beef that I have with the whole entire process. However, I know that my vote is my voice and my voice is my power. So I have to vote. If President Donald J. Trump, he took a bullet for me, so I took a ballot for him. All right. And I voted straight red, RED, remove every Democrat is what I did, honey. That's what I want everybody to do. Make sure that you vote straight red, all right? And then I'm understanding when it comes down to these machines, they don't have them programmed for you to just select only Republican at the top and vote straight ticket. You got to go down now and fill out everything. So don't fall for the okey-doke that's out there. Make sure that you get out and vote. Vote right so you won't get left again. Vote for President Donald J. Trump, and go ahead on, you all. If you're in North Carolina, vote for Mark Robinson for governor. Yes, 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 yes. Because how is it that we are a red state with a blue governor? Okay? Don't let these people trick you, is what I say to the people. We're going to win this thing, but we got to do it together, got to continue to do it strategically. And I'm grateful that people are out voting early. And if you see something, don't be scared to say something. Tell us. You got to let us know what's going on. If you got to tag me, you got to tag certain people, you got to tag Lara Trump. Do what you need to do so that we can get the word out there, okay? Because we cannot afford 4 more years of this, all right? We cannot afford 4 more years. If 4 more years of this, we won't even be here. They replace our behinds with these illegal aliens, because that's what their plans are. So that's what I say to this. We got this, and we're going to win this. And we're going to overvote the cheat. We're going to outrun their runway, and we're going to make it too big to rig.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Real quick.
Can I just say one thing?
Sure.
I encourage everybody. I have the Diamond and Silk bobblehead memorabilia. Yes,
Right.
Diamond and Silk bobblehead memorabilia. You can get it at diamondandsilkstore.com. And I'm giving it to you for half off. All right? I'm giving it to everybody for half off. I want you to be part of history, be part of my sister and my legacy. And so that we have the Diamond and Silk bobblehead memorabilia. And I'm, like I say, I'm going to give it to you for half off. Go to diamondandsilkstore.com. Thank you.
Diamondandsilkstore.com.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on here. A great pleasure and a great honor.
Thank you so much for inviting me on. And God bless you all. Keep in mind that I've never seen a storm that did not end. And I see a rainbow at the end of this storm, you all. God bless.
God bless. All right. Until next time.
We thank you and appreciate you dropping in for the Paul Leslie Hour today. You know, you can help the Paul Leslie Hour in our mission to provide independent media content like this by visiting www.thepaulleslie.com/support. We truly thank you. This is your announcer speaking. Performance of The Entertainer intro song and Corina outro song, courtesy of John Primorano. Well, that's it for today. So until next time, be safe and be good.